What's going on, everyone? This is Jay showing you another update on this video game that I've been working on. I'm going to add a little something underneath the Techno-Mechs logo there. I might add like, I don't know, a Rise, or not a Rise, excuse me, more like Rise Defenders or something like that. I don't know. I'm going to have two factions, good guys and bad guys, Defenders and Destroyers. So I might have some sort of a nod to that as a secondary part of the title. But anyway, so that's the main screen in front of you right now that's going to show up. That's the main menu screen. So I've created a whole intro with music. The first couple levels are done, more or less. I've got a new set of bad guys that get introduced with a new weapon in the second part of the first level. I'm just going to kind of run through all this stuff right now, and you'll get to see it. I'm pretty excited. I'm going to be playing at the same time that I'm showing you guys this video, so it's going to be kind of wonky. I don't have a tripod for this camera, so my apologies. Anyway, as you can see, there's a little medallion there, and there's three main options. And there's a sound effect, obviously, when you go up and down. So we can start the game here. I don't have anything for options or menu set up yet. I may even change those titles, but you know, you get the idea. So check this out. Here's the intro. So that's the intro. So, as you can see, we got the main character here. I'm going to quickly transform him. And this is going to be tricky, but, you know. I'm literally doing this with one hand, and it's not easy. So anyway, yeah, you can see that there's bad guys shooting at me. And I have my main weapon. And you see that blue bar that kind of goes up every time I fire my weapon. It's actually to charge your main weapon, and then you get that symbol. And the cool thing about that is, so as I say, here's something cool, wave beam. So I haven't quite perfected the wave beam yet, but it's not quite tracking properly with the character's main origin point, as you can see there. So there's the spread. So I've got the different weapons, different sound effects for every weapon. Here's the wave beam again. I'm not a big fan of that yet because I haven't perfected it, so I'm just going to keep the spread. The screen, the image is kind of blown out, so you can't see the details in kind of the lower left screen of the corner, but there is actually an icon that shows how many lives you have left. You start off the game with 5. I'm now down to 4 because I died a little bit ago. Yep, I just died again. Correction, I am now down to 3 lives. So I think, nope, yeah, that's the laser. I want this. I'm a big fan of this weapon right here. The cool thing about the laser is that it goes through the enemies, so it doesn't just stop like your normal beam or like your spread beam. Like each bullet will individually, be destroyed with that enemy. But like the laser blast here, as you can see, it actually goes through the enemies and will take out anything in its path. So that's kind of nice. That's the other benefit to this charged beam right there. That's the same thing. And the reason you use that charged beam is, well, let's say you die, you don't have the laser anymore, like that for example, and you can see I have my normal regular weapon. So I'm going to quickly get the spread here. So you can also see that the door changes color when shot. There's the animation. Computer takes control of the character. This is automated. And you go to the next level. And here we are. And there's a whole new soundtrack to go along with it. And I created the music. So that was a lot of fun. I'm going to continue to do that for all the levels. Now you can see that there's new characters. They're just, the same design, different color of the previous enemies, but the new colors, the bolder colors, obviously they shoot missiles now. And the missiles do take more damage, or I should say, give you more damage than the regular bullets from the enemies that we saw from the first level. So, here we are. We're just kind of going through, killing stuff. I may speed up the pacing of this, I don't know. I kind of like how it's a lot of enemies. I really want people's scores to get high. I want to do like leaderboard kind of stuff, and maybe some competitions, offer some sort of prize for the highest, score of whoever, scores the highest, top 10 people win something cool. So I kind of want this to be a high-scoring game, so I really want to pepper the player with enemies. As you can see, the spread beam is one of the better weapons, because you can just kind of sit in one area, but every once in a while, an enemy will break through that little spot, so you can't just sit there and pwn enemies. You can for a little bit, but you're going to have to move eventually. You can see that spread beam, how each individual bullet stops. Oops, I died. Oh, I did it again. Game over. Well, anyways, the idea here is that I don't know what I was just talking about. Anyway, this is the game. I've had a couple beers. I thought I lost this game today, and I found it. Thanks to my buddy Tyler. Thank you. Appreciate it. I have a game again now, so I'm pretty excited. So I decided, what the hell, I'm going to have a couple beers and make another little video showing people what I've done here. It's fun. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to advance to the next level. We're going to go to the boss. I don't have the boss set up to do anything yet, but I was able to get his eye to start blinking, which is really cool. The character, the bad guy here, he's not going to continuously blink like that. What that blinking is actually going to do, he's going to stare at you for most of your onslaught against him. And of course, the eye's the sensitive part. That's the weak point on the bad guy. So, you pepper the guy as he's staring at you. And then, you got these 3 gun turrets at the top that are going to rotate left and right. I'm kind of having a hard time figuring out the rotation scheme on that, but, I'll get it figured out. And they're going to randomly fire bullets at the character. And this boss also has a tail that kind of spikes up like this, and it's going to move across like that. So it's just not in this scene yet. But anyway, the character is going to blink a couple times before he unleashes this kind of like this omega beam, or whatever you want to call it, from his eye. And it's going to be just, if you're in robot form or jet mode, either way it's instant death. It doesn't matter how much life you have, you're dead if you get nailed by this beam. I'm really excited. I have a really cool sound effect that's going to go with it, so I'm really excited about that. But anyway, that's kind of what I have. Well, actually, I do do have a couple more. Oh, well, that works too, I suppose. I do have a couple of other scenes. I have the beginning of level 2 kind of mapped out here. As you can see, I've already got bad guys in there. I'm going to add some bad guys to this. Obviously, that whole -1 thing is going to have to get fixed. You can't go into the negative. That really only happens because I'm just kind of skipping scenes, but anyway. So here's level 2.2, I suppose you'd say. I don't have the... Oh, I guess I do. I thought I didn't have the enemy spawner in there. And then here's the boss. Oops. For level 2. This is pretty neat. I'm going to add some text at the bottom of the screen. Some sort of like story thing where it's back and forth between these two characters like they know each other. And then, yeah, that bad guy transforms, and he's going to, you know, be kind of a similar style of attack that the main character has. It's just bigger and maybe a little faster. I'm going to have him, you know, just kind of pepper the hell out of the screen with bullets and make it, you know, really challenging, and see if I can figure out some sort of cool, you know, scheme to make this whole boss fight flow. But anyway, he has the same particle system coming out the tailpipe as, you know, the good guy does here. So when he moves around, he'll have that same kind of particle effect that this guy has when he moves around. It'll be kind of cool. For some reason, and I don't know why, the PC version of the program I'm using here, Game Salad, when you get too many actors in a scene, it seems like, or maybe it has nothing to do with the amount of actors, I don't know, I can't figure it out, but anyway, it changes the opacity settings of some of your actors. For some reason, I haven't figured that out yet. I'm going to have to figure out why it does that, so I got, you know, some bugs I got to work out, but anyway, that's it, that's the game. Deuces.